How's it going, everyone? Marriland here, and that's right, it is time for another box opening video. I know you saw my video of the Furious Fist pre-release in the area, but now that the set is out, and you can buy it in stores and all that fun stuff, I have a factory-sealed Furious Fist booster box right here, and I'm ready to open this thing. Oh yeah. Okay, so one thing that you'll notice about Furious Fist, there are a lot of fighting type Pokemon in here. I mean, it does say become king of the ring. Furious Fist, I mean, did you expect anything less? Really? So, let's see. Inside of a booster box, in case you're not familiar with this, there are 36 booster packs. Sometimes you can get a deal if you buy a sealed booster box, as opposed to buying the individual packs, which usually cost about $4 US per pack. So while this is rather expensive, again, you can get a few packs here or there, but I like to collect the cards, and getting a booster box is a good way to help collect a whole bunch of the cards. You can build your collection and get a chance to open a whole bunch of stuff. So, I guess without further ado, let's go ahead and open this thing. We got this big old Tyrantrum there on the booster pack wrapper, so that's neat. Alright, let's take a look. So there are definitely some good cards in here. It changes a lot of how things have been done. Fighting type Pokemon, they are making a big comeback in this set. But we have this Pattrap for right now. It's got safety check. Electabuzz, Clefairy. Yeah, we're finally getting more fairy types. Although unfortunately they are less than whelming, I guess? I don't know, I guess you'd call them underwhelming. We had Makuhita and Drowsy. Slackoth, reverse foil Slackoth, that's cool. Or reverse hollow, some people call them hollows. Like I would call this, actually I don't really know, I go back and forth between hollow and foil. But this is a normal foil Victory Bell, not reverse. And let's see, it's kind of interesting. It's Wafting Scent. Once during your turn, you may discard a grass energy attached to this Pokemon, and if you do, the opponent's active Pokemon is now confused and poisoned. That can be kinda nifty, plus you don't even have to have this active in order to use it. You can use it from the bench. So couple that with, like, I don't know, Burbank City or something, and then you do some damage. In fact, Dragalge, or whatever it is, it has an ability that prevents poison Pokemon from retreating. So that could be handy with it. Although I don't think it's going to be seen too often. Okay, so this sparkly thing here, this is Sparkling Robe. Doesn't it look so fancy? You can actually attach this to your Pokemon, and, well, actually it shuts this thing down pretty well. While it's attached, that Pokemon can't be affected by any special conditions, like poisoned and confused. So it's kind of neat. I love this Machoke. It's like the funniest artwork ever. Just look at it. It's just like all happy, just standing in the rain. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be a waterfall, but it just looks like a lot of rain instead. It's not all that great or anything, but it cracks me up every single time I see it. We have a Hitmonlee there, which I guess is somewhat reminiscent of the old Hitmonlee from Jungle. So that's cool. Good kind of throwback. Okay, pack number 2. Let's see what we get. Wow, we're looking at a Magmar. Yeah, this thing, pretty basic. Again, actually kind of reminiscent of the old base set. Wait, was there a base set? I think there was a base set Magmar. Clauncher, okay. Mean Foo, look at it jumping. It's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, Bellsprout. Yeah, rather basic. Golett, okay. Ooh, Foil Mountain Ring, or Reverse Foil, or Reverse Hollow, or whatever we want to go with here. This is actually pretty handy, and it removes the need for Mr. Mime in a lot of instances. You prevent all damage done to bench Pokemon by attacks, both yours and your opponent's. So benched attacks, they do some damage, and they tend to be over the place, so having that can really help, although you're probably better off with just Mr. Mime, unless you're really pressed on bench space and are worried about bench damage. So we have a Golurk here with the move Golurk Hammer. Doesn't that sound strong? Yeah, that's really about it, though. It's not all that great. I know it looks like, oh wow, 100, but 4 energy just is not good. Alright, we have Battle Reporter here. It's not all that great, to be honest. It's sort of like Copycat from back in the day, but just, it falls short. You draw cards until you have the same number of cards in your hand as your opponent. Generally it's hard to pull off, so I don't know. We got a Combuskin here. That's a pretty cool looking artwork. And a Scrafty, oh yeah. Now one thing you may notice as I'm opening these packs, I don't do the pack trick or whatever. I don't like to reorder the cards in the pack, so I put the good thing at the back. I know a lot of people like to do that. And I know I say this in just about every video. I just like to open the packs just the way they are. That's just my style. It kind of drives me crazy seeing the reordering of things. Yeah, so this Lickitung, it's okay, but this Eevee, this is what I'm really excited about here. This is a great Eevee. So for, well, its ability, Energy Evolution, whenever you attach a basic energy card from your hand to this Pokemon, you may search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon that is the same type as the energy card and put it onto it to evolve it. So, what makes this so nice is, let's say you attach a water energy to it, well, you can search for either Vaporeon or Glaceon. Now, Glaceon is considered a water type in the Pokemon trading card game because there's not an ice type card thing, if that makes sense. Kind of like lump it together, I guess. But yeah, you can basically just evolve it right away. You don't have to search for the card itself, making that the Eevee you want to play in any evolution deck. Got a Noibat, another Slackoth. Oh, hey, there's a Noivern. This is a reverse foil Noivern. And it's kind of interesting, I guess. 100 hit points. It's okay for a stage 1. Dragon type, but its ability. If any damage is done to this Pokemon by attacks, you flip a coin. If heads, you prevent that damage. That's kind of nice. Very annoying to take down. And then its move, Boom Burst. What was I even going to say? I don't even know. Boom Burst, it does 30 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. So that includes their bench. That's kind of handy. If they have anything that prevents bench damage, it's obviously a lot less handy. And the fact that it requires both Psychic and Dark make it kind of a pain, but oh well. Then we have this Aurorus here. It's okay. It's not all that great, really. Poliwhirl. Korrina. Now this is a very interesting new card. It's a supporter card. You search your deck for a fighting Pokemon and an item card, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. So if you're playing a fighting deck, this is a great way to get your fighting Pokemon into play right away. On top of that, getting an item card is super handy because there are all sorts of things that you can get with that. Now, you can't get any trainer card like this Korrina here. You couldn't get another one of those. But you could get something like that Sparkling Robe. You could get, well, a Computer Search if you want to get an Ace spec. I think that still counts. So that makes it pretty handy. And then there's this Sail Fossil with an interesting dot right there. I don't know if you can see that, but... Oh, huh. Interesting. It was in the pack like that, but it did rub off, so go figure. Okay, well, cool. The Sail Fossil, by the way, that's how you get Amora into play. You can't just play it as if it were a basic Pokemon. You have to go through either the Fossil item card for it, or use another supporter card, which I should be pulling before too long here. So, we got a Trapinch and a Pancham. Torchic! Clefairy! Alright, we already seen that. Oh, Pikachu! Cool. We got a reverse foil Magmar, and oh, nice! A full art Dragonite-EX. Oh man, that's such a pretty card. Look at that. Look at that! That's so cool. So this is a very interesting card, and it actually wrecked me in the pre-release. So, its ability, whenever you, when you play this card from your hand on your bench, you may move any number of basic energy attached to your Pokemon to this Pokemon. And then if you do, you switch it with your active. So basically, you can just drop this out of nowhere and then have it use its attack, Jet Sonic, for 80 damage. But you can also discard an energy attached to it if you want to make it do 120 instead. So this thing can just come out of nowhere and just start, oh man, it's crazy. And since you can move the energy around, you don't even have to worry about getting energy onto it. So that's kind of nice. Weakness to Fairy, so that's interesting. And 3 retreat, but that's really cool. I'll have to put a sleeve on that. Alright, energy switch. Gothorita. And a Tyrant. Now see, this is what I mean. See how it says it's a restored Pokemon? It's not a basic, and it's not a stage 1. So, it's kind of in a class of its own, I guess. You have to get either the Jaw Fossil for this one. The Sail Fossil wouldn't work, that's just for Remora. Or you can use that supporter card I was talking about. I should probably put that Dragonite in a sleeve. I'll do that in a moment. Okay, I do have some sleeves off to the side. Cool, so Clefairy, Clauncher, Pikachu, Gothita, Machop, Jinx, and, oh, actually, this Jinx is interesting. It has an ability, when it's on your bench, you can heal 10 damage from your active Pokemon when you use it. Other than that, it's not that remarkable. There's a Glaceon. Cool. Mean Shao! So mean. Hitmonchan. That's a decent Hitmonchan. I mean, still not all that great, but, you know, it's still an option. Okay, let me just go ahead and put this thing in a sleeve right away. Always good to keep your good cards protected. Love that Dragonite-EX. Oh man, so many new Mega Evolutions have been announced too. I haven't gotten around to doing a video on them yet, but there is Mega Salamence, Mega Altaria, Mega Lopunny, which is just awesome. And, no Mega Dragonite. Oh man, look at that Scraggy. That art is just hilarious. Look at it. It's like, dude, pull your pants up. They're gonna fall. They're gonna fall. Yeah, Watchog, held item inspection. Yeah, it's not really that great. Oh, oh, Tornadus. Also not all that great. Pancham. That's a different Pancham. Oh, here, you know what? I have to just correct myself. It's Pancham. Or no, what is it? I don't know. I've always called it Pancham. But I was watching the anime, and I guess it's called Pancham or something. So, whatever. Wingardium Leviosa. Not Leviosa. Alright, Strong Energy. So this is one of the premier cards in this set that really makes your fist furious. So it can only be attached to a fighting Pokemon. And again, this is a special energy card, so you can only run 4 of these in your deck. It's not a basic energy card. But it has extra effects as opposed to just a normal basic fighting energy. It provides a fighting energy only when it's attached to a fighting Pokemon. That's fine. So you can only put this on a fighting Pokemon. In fact, if it's attached to anything other than a fighting Pokemon, you discard it. But the cool thing about this is, for each of these strong energy you have attached, the attacks of that fighting Pokemon, they do 20 more damage to the opponent's active Pokemon, and that's before weakness and resistance, so that's amazing! Particularly with Lucario-EX, which I haven't yet gotten, but it works so well with that. And there is a Klefki here, but it's not all that remarkable. But yeah, all those new Megas. Are you hoping for a Mega Dragonite? So many people are hoping for either Mega Dragonite still, or Mega Flygon, and I think either would be great, but with all of the Dragon-type Megas, I'm kind of thinking that it won't happen. But we'll have to see. I think it'd be cool. Scraggy. Gunchew! Golett, alright. Actually, they also revealed, sort of inadvertently, what is it, Mega Audino, which is like, what? And Mega Slowbro. That's so crazy. Alright, so we got a Magmar, got a full heal, and whoa! That's cool. Dang. Alright, so this is Mega Heracross-EX. You have to Mega Evolve it from your Heracross-EX. So you have to have that on your field. I guess it can be bench or otherwise. And then you play this on top of it as if it were an evolution, and then it ends your turn. But then you can use its move. And its attack, Big Bang Horn, does 180 damage, but minus 10 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So you have to have a way to keep healing it. Now, one cool thing about this Mega Heracross right here is this is actually number 112 out of 111. It's the secret rare version. You can also tell because it has sort of a gold border up top. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's a lot more golden than the normal one. So that's a very good card to get, one of the rarer ones in the set. That and the Mega Lucario-EX, which you might have seen me get the secret rare of that too in the pre-release, so that's pretty cool. Very awesome there. You know what? I feel like rewarding you with a code card. How's that sound? Alright, here's a fossil researcher. Remember that supporter I was telling you about? Well, this is it. You search your deck for up to 2 in any combination of Amora or Tyrant and put them directly onto your bench. Shuffle your deck afterwards. That's the best way to get fossils out, but it does use up your supporter for the turn, so that's kind of a shame. Then we have this Raichu. Not as good as the other Raichu, but it has flowers and it's so happy! Oh, so happy. And I did say I'd give you the code, so here it is. Remember, it is a single use, so only the first person can use it. So yeah, keep that in mind. Now let me go ahead and put a sleeve on this Mega Heracross, because it certainly deserves it. That's awesome. Already, it's been a great box, and I've only opened, like, not too many packs. Like, seriously, I haven't been counting, but it only looks like, I don't know, maybe less than 10? Very happy about that. If I can get a Lucario-EX, I would be thrilled. Alright, Cubchoo, Skorupi, Eevee, Patrat, Shelmet, Drowsy. I've seen all these before. Oh, look at this Tyrantrum. It's pretty cool. It's a pain to get out, but it does hit pretty hard, so that's cool. It has 150 hit points. Licky, that's also kind of neat. Again, a lot of this stuff is better in like pre-releases and stuff, but yeah. This is handy. The Fighting Stadium. The attacks of each fighting Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponent's, do 20 more damage to the defending Pokemon-EX before applying weakness and resistance. So on top of the strong energy, you can use that to do even more damage. Whoops. Let's go over here. I was like looking at that other stack of cards. I always like to open the right half of the box first. I don't know why. It just seems more convenient that way. Let's see. So Eevee, Skorupi, Drowsy, Bellsprout, a whole bunch of stuff we've seen before. Oh, it's so cute! Sylveon. Not all that great, to be honest. Curly Ribbon's interesting. You move an energy attached to your opponent's active to one of his or her bench Pokemon. Echoed Voice can do 100 if you keep using it, but it's not really all that great. It is really cute, though. Alright, we got a Drapion, Watchog, another Strong Energy, and another Licky. The Strong Energies are very good, so you can get 4 of them, and if you're playing a fighting deck, there's really no reason you wouldn't want to play those. Okay, so we got Bellsprout. We got another Scraggy, that's awesome. Cubchoo! Golett, Pancham, or whatever it is, Maintenance, and, oh, jeez, EXs for days. And they're upside down, too, which is weird. Alright, so we have another EX already, Hawlucha-EX. Not all that great, really. Only 130 hit points and a weakness to lightning, which is kind of a shame. It is resistant to fighting, which is cool. Its ability, Counterattack. If this is your active and is damaged by an opponent's attack, even if it's knocked out, you put 2 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. That's really cool. On top of that, you could put either a Rocky Helmet on to do 2 more damage if it's hit, or an A-Spec card, the Rock Guard, which does 6 additional damage counters whenever it's hit. So if something hits it, they could take up to 8 damage counters just from striking this thing. The problem is, it doesn't really have an early-on move. Moonsault Stomp, whatever the heck that is. If there's any Stadium card in play, this does 40 more damage. So 3 for 100, that's not terrible. Only 1 retreat, but you know, no really good opening kind of attack, so that's kind of a shame. Like, Lucario-EX is definitely the better option here. Oh, this Dedenne, this is really great. Or Dedenne. Dedenne, that's right. I've been trying to get better with my pronunciations now that I've been watching the anime. That was fairly close. This is great. You search for up to 2 basic Pokemon and put them on your bench. Awesome for pre-releases, and actually it's okay otherwise. And then Energy Short. For 1 colorless, it does 20 damage times the amount of energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So this could be a very interesting Yveltal counter. I don't know exactly how well, but could be good. Here, have another code. Yum. I always love it when there are codes with funny words on them. That's funny. In fact, actually the last one had Abe. Abe! Alright, let's put that in a sleeve. Man, that's really good. Oh man, I'm trying to keep an eye on the time. I know I have this tendency to ramble on, but that's also my style too. Some people, they like to just rush through the packs, and that's totally fine. Hopefully if you're watching one of my box opening videos, you'll just kind of know I'd like to just, you know, take time, smell the roses, look at the art, see what Pokemon's all about. That's what I like about opening boxes. Okay, so, Electivire. Stage 1, you know, evolves from Electabuzz. And it's actually interesting how this works with Magmortar if you use both of them. So this Tag Team Spark does 20 damage plus 20 more damage for each energy attached to your Magmortar. That's interesting. And then it has Gigavolt, which is actually kind of decent. This is not too shabby. I mean, fighting weakness, not exactly what you want to be playing these days. But, you know, it's interesting how they make sort of a tag team type move. I'll show you the Magmortar if I run across that as well. Okay, next up, Trapinch. Alright, well, we've seen that before. Yeah, let's see. Minun. It's kind of neat. Hypno. It's okay. You basically force your opponent to use a supporter card in their hand if they have one. This thing isn't all that great, but it holds Igloos and drops mountains, so that's pretty impressive. There's that Amora. Mountain Ring. Alright. Let's see what we got next. Oh man, that was a wonderful half of a box. Like, seriously. I don't know. I could probably even get nothing else and still be alright. Okay, Clefairy, Shroomish, Pancham. I'm going to keep mispronouncing that, darn it. Alright, Vigoroth and Slacking. Oh, wow. This thing will give you a knuckle sandwich! But it'll forget about it afterwards, thanks to amnesia. Alright, Weeping Bell, Combuskin, and another Fighting Stadium. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I don't want to speak too soon. But usually if you get 3 EXs per box, that's about the average, I would say. And the secret rare makes it nice. Alright, Noibat, Drowsy, Patrat, Shroomish, Clefairy, and a Foil Fossil Researcher. That's cool. Oh, Sylveon. Okay, now this is the other special energy in this set. It's called Herbal Energy. It's very similar to the Strong Energy in the fact that it can only be attached to a certain type of Pokemon. In this case, Grass. So it provides a grass energy while it's attached to a grass-type Pokemon. And when you attach it from your hand, you heal 30 damage to that Pokemon. And again, it has to be attached to a grass Pokemon. I know I said that, but they say that all the time. And that. Here's that Clefable, by the way. Unfortunately, it's not all that great, but oh well. Still another fairy type. And then Maintenance is interesting. You shuffle 2 cards from your hand into your deck, and then draw 1 card. And while you think, why on earth would I want to do that? It's a great way to get rid of stuff before you like Juniper or Sycamore or something. And it's an item card, so it doesn't use up your supporter card for the turn. Which, let's face it, that's always nice if you can play some cards, try to draw something, ooh, Foil Eevee, without it using up your supporter. Alright, so this Gothitelle is interesting. Once during your turn, before your attack, you may discard any Stadium card in play. If you do, you put a Stadium card with a different name from your discard pile into play. So it's great if you want to rotate Stadium cards. Very unusual. They don't really have too much stuff that lets you do that. I don't know if I would waste the Stage 2 line on it, but could be interesting. Alright, well, let's see what we got here. We got the Gothita for it, so that's cool. Makuhita, Lickitung, Poliwag, Slackoth. Oh, Flygon! It's not quite a Mega Flygon, but it does have a Rainbow Shower. For 1 grass energy, you may attach as many basic energy cards as you like from your hand to your Pokemon in any way you like. So basically, fill up your hand with energy and then just let loose a Rainbow Shower and just make it rain energy. And then, this is kind of neat. Sand Sweep does 70. Not a ton, but not too shabby either, but you also heal 30 damage from each of your Pokemon that has any energy attached to it. Kind of cool, I guess. And then a Poliwrath. This thing's okay. 130 for 4. Interesting. The problem is it's a Stage 2, but there's a Politoed that actually works really well with it. It gets rid of the colorless energy in its attack costs as long as it's out. So that actually makes it pretty decent. You can hit for, what is it, I think 60 and then 30 to a bench for free, and then 130 for 2. But you just have to have the Politoed out, so I don't know. A lot of Stage 2s. Alright, Scraggy, Bellsprout, Meanfu, Plusle, Poliwag, Foil Trapinch, Hariyama. Kind of interesting, I guess. Not all that great outside of a pre-release, but it's okay in that. There's another thing I got. You know what? I didn't show this training center. Let me show you this. Okay, so with this, each Stage 1 and Stage 2 Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponent's, get plus 30 hit points. So that's kind of handy, actually. Great way to kind of power up the hit points of some of your Pokemon, particularly if you're not playing like EXs and stuff. For instance, that Tyrantrum from earlier, whew, it'd have 180 hit points. It's pretty decent. Alright, let's see. Hitmonlee that's foil. Breloom. Not all that great, really. Hitmontop. Focus Sash. Here's another new card, obviously. If the fighting Pokemon this card is attached to has full hit points and would be knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, that Pokemon is not knocked out, and its remaining hit points become 10 instead. Then discard this card. So it's sort of like how it works in the game, except only for fighting types. Now, this Tool Retriever is kind of neat. You choose up to 2 Pokemon tool cards attached to your Pokemon and put them in your hand. I know it sounds weird, why on earth would you want to do that, but it could be rather useful. Let's say you attach, I don't know, a float stone to something and you don't really need it anymore, or let's say you have a float stone on one thing and then, I don't know, some other tool on another thing, and you want to switch them around. Well, that will let you switch them around, which is very handy. Very handy. Although I don't know if I'd play it, because it's quite situational. Okay, so we have Pancham, yay, Torchic, Clefairy, Pikachu, Magmar, Makuhita, and, oh wow, it's another Dragonite! Unlike Lance, I've got so many Dragonites. Yeah, well, at least I don't have to tell you what it does. This is the non-full art version of Dragonite. Looks pretty cool, though it's rare to see a Dragonite that angry, jeez. Okay, and Klefki, Licky, Combuskin, and I'll even give you a code. Here you go. Oh yeah, always like to do that when I get something cool. Wow, nice. 4 EXs. I'd say it's pretty good for a box, then. Definitely not disappointed. Particularly since there's so many packs to go. I mean, that was my first pack from the second half, so that'd be number 19. 19 packs getting 4 EXs. 1 secret rare and 1 of them full art. That's great. Alright, let's see what we get. Weeping Bell, Thundurus. Interesting. Sail Fossil, Raichu, and Fossil Researcher. Alright, what do we got now? Let's see. Alright, another Makuhita! So many of these things, huh? Alright, let's just see what we got. If there's anything too exciting. Still looking for that Magmortar. Another Beartic. Sparkling Robe. It's so sparkly! Seriously, why is it so sparkly? I don't get it. I mean, just imagine, like, attaching that to a Hawlucha-EX and be like, I'm so sparkly! I don't even know. Just the thought of attaching a sparkly robe to your Pokemon, it seems funny. It seems funny. Oh, there's another Hawlucha. Now, this is the non-EX version. It's not really all that great, I'll be honest. I mean, okay, it does 60 for 1, which is cool. Free Retreat is also rather nice. Flying Press, again, 1 for 60 damage, but if your opponent's active Pokemon isn't a Pokemon-EX, it does nothing. Its ability really hurts. Damage from this Pokemon's attacks isn't affected by weakness or resistance. So while that 60 would be awesome, if it weren't for, well, okay, I said while, but let me just reiterate that. Its ability would be great, or not its ability, its attack would be great if it weren't for the ability. Because that weakness of fighting, you know, imagine 1 for 120, that'd be awesome. 1 for 60, it's still good, but it's just, I don't really think it's worth it. Alright, Skorupi, Eevee, Patrat, Shelmet, Minun, Gothita, and Leafeon. It's not all that great. Ooh, another strong energy. I'm so strong! I love it. I love it. Alright, let's see. Can we get a Lucario-EX? I know I'm asking for a lot here, but you never know. I'm actually really satisfied with this box. It was a good box. Oh, it's so sparkly! Can you handle the sparkles? Alright, a Pangoro. I'd always call it Pangoro, but again, I watched that episode with the Penchams. Or whatever they are. Pencham? I don't even remember. I don't know, I'm probably always gonna call it Pancham. But whatever. Oh wow, this pack was a pain to open, jeez. You ever get those packs that's just like, they're just trouble. Well, this was one of them. Alright, let's see what we got. Get you! Leafeon. Oh, there's a Blaziken, that's cool. This is actually kind of decent. So Clutch, 2 for 50, but then they can't retreat next turn, and that can be kind of handy. You never know. But, perhaps more importantly, Burning Shot. You discard 2 energy attached to this Pokemon, and technically that means you could use a double colorless energy on its own to fulfill that. It does 150 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. That's amazing! Like, that just basically takes nearly anything out. If you do a little bit of damage to stuff on the bench, it can even take out EXs. So, very, very decent card. It requires a lot of energy to use, but, you know, it could be interesting. Just because that is a lot of sniping damage. Alright, so you got Magmar, Gothita, Makuhita, Machop, Clauncher. Haven't gotten a Clawitzer yet. Another Gothitelle. Yeah, I guess that's alright. Okay, let's see what we got next. I feel like I should arrange those cool cards I got a little bit better. Yeah, let me do that between packs. Because it's like you're looking at them, it's like, oh, what are these again? I don't know, it's been several minutes. Foil Tornadus, whatever it is, I don't know. Yeah, alright. Alright, let me just spread these out just a little bit more so we have a better view of them. Oh yeah, that's so good. So good! So in this half of the box, I've only gotten 1 EX. So that's interesting. Alright, Lickitung. I mean, you know, the other had just so many. It's crazy. Landorus. This thing has a shout of power! Yeah. Anyone thinking Skyrim right now? You would do 20 damage with that, but just imagine putting a strong energy on that, and then you also attach a basic energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. So that's pretty cool. If you can get energy in the discard pile early on. That's the only downside. You might not always have access to that. Alright, let's see. We're getting close to the end, but I'm definitely pretty satisfied. Pretty good. Good stuff. Still need the Lucario, though. I mean, I even just need that. I didn't get it in the pre-release or anything, so it's one of the cards I'm looking for. Alright, so this thing, the Magmortar. I was kind of looking for that. For 1 fire energy, it does 30 damage, which is, you know, kind of nice. But you also search your deck for a fire energy card and attach it to this Pokemon. So if you remember that Electivire from earlier, this is a great way to get a lot of fire energy onto it and then have Electivire use its attack for more. On top of that, Twin Bursts, I know it takes 4 energy, but since you can kind of charge up Magmortar on its own, it's not that bad. If Electivire is on your bench, it does 80 more damage. That's 160 for, well, 4 kind of stinks, but it does at least charge itself up, so that's nice. But that's a lot of damage. Like, seriously, and it's not even that hard to get an Electivire on your bench. Pretty decent, I'd say. Could be good for a kind of a budget deck. Just because those cards will be probably rather cheap. They're not foil or anything. Yeah, so definitely keep that in mind. Okay, Drowsy, Fairy, Pikachu, Gothita, Electabuzz, Chop, and Aurorus. Yeah, things not all like another sparkling robe! They're so sparkly! Okay, well. Oops, I almost dropped the pack. I don't think I lose points if I drop the pack, but never know. Never know, I'm not keeping score. Okay, Makuhita, Lickitung, Poliwag, Slakoth, Noibat, Sail Fossil, and a Machamp. Look at this thing. It has some furious fists. 4 of them, as a matter of fact. So this is also kind of cool. Its Fighting Fury ability each of your fighting Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon before applying weakness and resistance. That would include itself as well, so that's pretty neat. But also any of your other fighting type Pokemon in play, it adds more damage on top of the strong energies and all that stuff. Whether it's worth a stage 2 line, I mean, that's kind of, I don't know, it's probably not. And then Machamp Crush, 3 for 80. But also, any damage that the defending Pokemon does next turn is reduced by 40. That's actually pretty decent. I mean, it really softens it by quite a bit. Okay, we are near the end here. Let's see what we get. Alright, Mienfoo. Oh man, alright. I'm not even gonna say all the ones that I've already seen. We've already seen them. Let's see. So, one thing I'm really excited about, the Pokemon World Championships. Oh yeah, they are taking place, well, this weekend. I mean, if you're watching this video right after it's posted, that's gonna be a blast. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the Pokemon Symphony. I can't believe it sold out for day 1. Sold out entirely. And tickets for day 2 are going really quickly too. They added a second day. So that's just amazing. I'll be going to both of them. So hopefully I'll see you guys there, because I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'll be there and I'll be at Worlds, and it's just going to be fun. Alright, here is the Politoed. Not all that great on its own, but you also ignore all colorless energy in the attack cost of each of your Poliwag, Poliwhirl, and Poliwrath's attacks. Doesn't affect itself, but it does affect the other Poly members or whatever. So that's kind of neat. Kind of neat with that Poliwrath from earlier. Alright, let's see. Closing in on the end here. I think we only have this pack and 2 more from the looks of it, but I'm pretty happy with it. So that's cool. Alright, Machop, Makuhita. Oh, I said I wasn't going to do that. Oh, I got the Talon. Oh, yeah, there we go. There's the Lucario-EX. Oh, this thing's great. Okay, so 180 hit points. That's, you know, pretty standard, but that's on the good end for a EX. Very nice. It has Missile Jab, 1 for 30, and it isn't affected by resistance. Like, really? Really? On top of that, you can put a strong energy on it. It's now 1 for 50 that isn't affected by resistance. This thing is insane. Its second attack, Corkscrew Smash, 2 for 60, not too shabby, particularly if you factor in strong energies and other stuff. Plus, you may draw cards until you have 6 in your hand. That's a nice little side effect. And then 3 fighting. That's the harsh part, no colorless there, but 3 fighting for 100. Not like a ton, but given the fact that you can put strong energy and all sorts of other stuff on it, this thing hits really hard. Very cool. Definitely a good candidate for strong energy. Alright. Oh, that's awesome. What a good box. Like, seriously. Here, have another code. Have another code. That is awesome. Alright, well, that's probably... Whoa, I seriously did just bump my camera. Happens to the best of us, guys. It really does. The setup is a little crazy. I have my camera hooked up to kind of like a tripod, and I have to... Essentially, when I'm opening the packs, I have to actually reach through the legs of the tripod there and open the packs, and I barely get to see stuff, but hopefully it works out for a nice video. Hopefully you guys like it. I mean, you know, let me know. I know a lot of you do like my box opening videos. I couldn't believe how many people love my Flashfire box opening video that I did. Oh, 2 battle reporters in the same pack. That's funny. That I did a while back. People just love that. So that's awesome. I'd be more than glad to do more box opening videos too. I know I plan on doing them for every new set that's out, but maybe if there's some other fun stuff, I could open that up too. Alright, we got a Scraggy. Mine, this is the final pack, by the way. Clauncher, Shroomish, Clefairy, Jaw Fossil, and an Electivire. Alright, well, you know what? Overall, I would say that was an excellent box. Definitely exceeded my expectations. Got some really cool cards here. Let me take a look at them. So there's that Lucario I just got. In fact, here, look. Yeah, 5 wonderful cards. Full Art Dragonite, the Secret Rare Mega Heracross, a Hawlucha-EX, a non-Full Art Dragonite, and the Lucario that I wanted. Very awesome. Very awesome indeed. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed. I'm looking forward to doing these more in the future because I think you guys like them, which is cool. I like them. I love opening packs. Who am I kidding? But yeah, I hope to see you at the Pokemon World Championships and at Pokemon Symphonic Evolutions. And you know what? If you can't make it to the DC show, there's the one in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and more dates will be announced in the future. Plus, sounds like I'll even maybe in the future, for future events, we'll have some tickets to give away. So stay tuned for that. You know, be sure to let me know what you thought of the video. And hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you next time, everyone.